Alright, Trilogy Nation, so I am here in my man cave, my she shed, my basement, whatever you want to call it, trying to decide what is the best way to display my discs in here. I like uniformity. I want everything to be the same. Right now I've got a couple variations and I'm trying to figure out the best way to make it better. And I see a lot of comments online that people are saying, what are the best ways to display your discs? I have a few basics. I mean, you see people put the nail of the tack on the wall and they'll hang their disc up there. I've seen people put them in Ziploc bags and tack that on there just because they're worried about if it falls. I've kind of got a little bit more sophisticated than that. I have the ability to where I have shelves. I don't know if you can see them real well, but shelves like these. And I put them in these clear bins. These are bins DD has had. They do not currently have them. Last I heard they were going to get them again. But they're in these nice protective bins. So I have those. I have these cool little displays that are like this right here that actually Jeff Gradinger with DgNomad makes, and he can make custom displays on the front there. I really like these. These are probably my most accessible for something I like, so that's probably the route that ultimately I'm going to go with. So I have that. Probably one of my favorite is, they're just a lot harder to get, is this metal framing that I've gotten. I've seen people be able to make these. These actually came from Tom Holston out of Wisconsin. Holston already creates it, and literally they sit here, just look like that. They got this little pretty stand. So it's probably my favorite, really, of all of them. A little bit bigger, definitely a lot pricier. You're probably looking at about 20 bucks a piece for those. Versus the DgNomad is, I think, I want to say like 10, but that's with the engraving. They do have a website. If I remember, I'll try to put it down in the description for you. But that's my dilemma. What are you going to do? Hey everybody, I'm back with Trilogy Talk and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1. I didn't know what else to call it. I've actually been gone since about November. I really wasn't sure how I wanted to continue this podcast, but I think what I'm going to do going forward is create it more as a blog. Maybe a little bit shorter, a little bit more directly to the point. This first one, I've got a few little things that I'm going to talk about, so we're going to go through that stuff together. But if you have any suggestions, things you want me to talk about, put them in the comments, send me a message, Instagram, Facebook, again, comment below, and I will do my best to answer those questions or talk about those questions. They don't even always have to be specifically Trilogy related, but that's why we're here. Things are more fun. But at the end of the day, we love disc golf. So a little bit of what's been going on with me. It's been a while, six months probably since I've really done the podcast. I'm a grandfather now. My oldest daughter had a little baby boy. They're down in Phoenix, Arizona. Leon is his name. I'm pretty excited about that. I never thought I would be excited about being a grandfather in my life. I'm only 44, but it is what it is. We are here now, and I am pretty excited about that. Two big things that have changed is I am now an employee with DynamicDiscs. I have been before. I've worked with DynamicDiscs since about 2005, 2006 overall. But my history going back from 2012 to 2015, I ran and created the DynamicDiscs Kansas City store. I left that to do things a little bit more independently and subcontract with DynamicDiscs. But in September of last year, you probably heard me talk about it at the end of the season, is I am now the United States Amateur Match Play Championship Coordinator or Manager nationally for the United States and Canada. So if you have any part of the USAMPC, you're probably talking to me, or if you see the post online, that is probably me. If you are not doing it and you're interested, check out DiscGolfMatchPlay.com for more information. Again, or message me. I'll get all that information, whether you want to run an event or you just want to play the event. There are a lot of opportunities out there for you to do it. The next one, which is probably even more exciting for me, it's not nearly as intensive, but it is a lot more fun, is you've seen me do reveals on the Handeye subscription box each month. At least they're on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked them out, go back and check them out. It's a great package, but I am also now managing that process. So I am the one since, well, February, we're getting ready to release this week. We just launched the March one. January, February, and now March have been mine. along with the work of a few other people behind me helping with ideas, but ultimately I'm creating them now, and I love doing it. You guys know that I'm a tournament director, and it's really just like I'm creating a players package every single month. But my philosophy is I create it for me. So if I like it, I think you're going to like it. So again, if you haven't checked those out, check them out. I also have a few giveaways. DynamicDiscs is sponsoring one of those boxes each month. We're not necessarily each month, but at least this next month, and we did one last month. Again, really cool things. Those are probably some of the bigger changes that have happened to me over the last several months. Some pretty big changes. But now here we are in February. We are 2 weeks away from the disc golf season. So we've got the Las Vegas Challenge, which is not officially the kickoff to the season anymore, but in everybody's hearts, schedules, and just being what they're used to, it is still a very big deal. There's still 500 plus players in that event. It's still an A tier. Jeff Jacquard and his team over there in Las Vegas are treating it the same, if not even better. So it's going to be a great event. I will be there. I'm pretty excited to be playing in that one. And then immediately after that is the Disc Golf Pro Tour kickoff, which is in Arizona. I'm real curious to see Arizona. I've seen a few pictures and posts about some of the changes. I was there actually visiting my daughter here not too long ago. I walked out to Fountain Hills, I went to Fountain Hills, and they're putting in 2 permanent bathrooms right on where the course is at. So I'm curious to see how they're going to make changes for those courses. But either way, Las Vegas, Arizona, we've got a good team going forward. I'm excited to see where Rebecca Cox and Paige Bjerkes-Schuh, how they're going to do over on the FPO side, along with Sayananda and the remaining other Trilogy women. On our men's side, we got the new Nicola Castro with WestsideDiscs. Of course, we got Emerson Keith. We got Johnny McRae. We've got Eric Oakley. We've got Chris Clements and a whole slew of other male Trilogy players that I am excited that all of them are up and coming. All of them are growing. Even Johnny McRae, who is in the Masters division, he has been around the game for a very long time, but he's still dominating. He's still doing very good. So I'm curious to see what he's doing and how much better they all improve to represent the Trilogy Nation. Then what else is new in the Trilogy world? Well, we know that Latitude 64 has been releasing slobs and slews of this glimmer, chameleon style plastic, X and everything. It's going popular. People are loving it, especially the chameleon stuff. We had the 2019 discs, which were very successful, but now going into 2020, Latitude 64 is releasing what's called an SPZ line, which is a beginner line. DynamicDiscs has the Bounty and the Sergeant. Some videos of the Bounty and Sergeant have already been out with Eric Oakley and DD. Those are probably the biggest discs. I did a review on the SPZ1 Zombie towards the end of last year. If you haven't seen that, that is on the channel here, but that is one of the new discs that are out. The Latitude 64 E4 bag is is supposed to be very nice. I've only seen the videos from Johnny McRae. I have one on its way to me. Once I get it, I will do a review to show you. I also, when I have the ability and have the go ahead, I'm waiting for some things to happen. I also have a review for the Bounty and Sergeant to show those coming to you. But those are some of the new products that are going out. Speaking of new products, I have started doing apparel lines, so such as what you see here. But one of the things I'm doing is I've partnered with DynamicDiscs to utilize some of their cool logos that they have on discs, but they've never put on apparel. Like a few weeks ago, I did the geometric owl. I'm getting ready to, next week, do the sheriff logo with the skull and the cowboy hat. I did a team judge, a team warden. I have in the plans to do the remaining of the team deputy, team marshal. Right now, I can only do the DD ones. I haven't quite got all that stuff worked out with Latitude and Westside just yet. So that is why I haven't done any of the outside brands. Trust me, I want to. I'm working on it. And as soon as I have that go-ahead, I will be doing that as well. So that pretty much concludes everything that I wanted to talk about in this short video, just to give you a little bit of heads up, a little bit of knowledge, in case you haven't seen everything that's going on. Again, if you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. Send me a message. Help me out. Like, share, subscribe, and again, most important, contribute. And until next time, keep sharing the Trilogy love with the world. See ya!